What's up, guys? Jack here. Hey, so listen, I wrote an analysis of a song by Halsey called "Nightmare," and then I attached to it a little bit of a piece about the Veer Union and their cover of the song. I'm gonna read it out to you because I know most of you guys don't read a damn word I put out on the internet. So here you go. All right. A critical analysis of "Nightmare" by Halsey. As a self-proclaimed metalhead, Halsey is one of those artists who exists primarily on the fringe of my musical world. Some of my friends and acquaintances have insisted that as far as modern pop performers go, I'd like this one, given the anger, the lyrics, the punk and hardcore influences in her early work, and the pacing of the tempos. Perhaps, but I need a lot more to go on in order to break away from driving guitars, double bass, and unclean vocals. Also, I need to point out that metalcore is not angry music. It's not. But that's an entire conversation in and of itself that's better left for another day. That being said, I was recently impacted by a Halsey release that moved her from the fringe of my musical existence to center stage. Nightmare was released as a single in 2019, and while it likely won't break any Billboard records, it will certainly prove to be one of the most impactful and important songs of the year. The lyrics are challenging and dangerous in a way seldom seen in modern pop. The chorus reads, "I keep a record of the wreckage of my life. I gotta recognize the weapon in my mind. They talk shit, but I love it every time. And I realize." The realization that hammered me on hearing these words was quite simple. Life is an ever-changing battlefield. Damage, destruction, and mayhem are constants as we move through each phase of our journey, but the memories of those events, even those that are self-inflicted, strengthen the mind. Decisions become sharper, instincts more certain, resilience of the spirit is fortified with every shit situation that we survive, which if used properly, can make us very dangerous people. Of course, the herd mentality of the world doesn't like standouts who have loud, impassioned voices, so they'll try to force you back into the mold. But there is great fun in beating back those who would subdue what you're becoming. This message is one that can resonate with a wide audience. Many people in the world today have faced adversity, and out of those storms, strength has been born. Consider our American veterans. These proud men and women have endured storms unimaginable and have shouldered hardships in plenty. But out of those experiences, leadership and a profound sense of righteous equality is born. With each day, we see veteran leaders emerge and shake up the old ways in our society. Also of high import is the resonation this lyric has with women in today's world. Finally, our national conversation has turned towards the indictment of those who would objectify and subjugate women as mere implements of visual and sexual pleasure. Women are ever more present in leadership posts, both in prominent business as well as in the insanity that is Washington, D.C. Both groups also seem to have a large target painted across them, with massive amounts of insult and threat hurled through social media at any who dare to assert themselves. Sadly for all those naysayers, these leaders also seem to have developed an innate ability to ignore, if not take fuel from those who would stand against their efforts. Halsey also gives a refrain that slaps the listener across the face with the force of a kangaroo kick. "Come on, little lady, give us a smile. No, I ain't got nothing to smile about. I got no one to smile for. I waited a while for a moment to say I don't owe you a goddamn thing." Halsey ramps up the energy of the delivery of this lyric steadily, letting the final phrase fall as a hammer on the anvil. It conjures images of the creepy man cat calling from the shadows to women as they pass by. Little does this man know, these women are armed and they are not afraid to be dangerous. What do each of us owe to society beyond basic human respect and a drive to achieve our personal brand of greatness? Halsey would suggest that we owe nothing to anyone. Not even our pleasing appearance is owed to the world. I can empathize with that sentiment. I felt the pressures to hit the gym, to dress less gay for most of my life. I've endured snide comments that imply I don't eat enough or that my parents were starving me. I'm getting fat now, and the comments have turned to, "I bet your wife is a good cook." I guess when you're married, you don't have to care how you look anymore. First off, my wife can't cook for shit, and that's a direct quote from her own lips. Secondly, who the fuck gave you the right to comment on my body, and at what point will you stop? If I'm not too skinny, I'm too fat. None of this makes any sense. I feel the lyric more deeply when I consider what my wife, my mother, my sister, and countless other women endure. Halsey simplifies that plight and sharpens it into a spear straight to the heart of the issue. No one has a right to demand that others appear in any way more pleasing to them. Even the notion that a woman must smile for your visual enjoyment is a farce and a laughable suggestion at its very best. But these words are not without negative impact on the strongest of hearts. Halsey also talks about her own struggles with body image. "I've pinched my skin between my two fingers and wished I could cut some parts off with some scissors." These words express the pain and torment of seeing your own reflection in the mirror and knowing that others would want you to be different. No one on this earth should ever have to feel unwelcome in their own skin. The only person who should be allowed to comment on Halsey's body, aside from Halsey, is her doctor if there are health concerns. That same rule applies to everyone. One of my 2019 musical discoveries was a band who performs under the name the Veer Union. This group released a cover of Nightmare in December 2019 that quickly moved onto my daily Spotify rotation. It was through this cover that I found the original track. The Veer Union amped the energy of the track and turned the power of the lyric into a different audience without losing any of the message in the process. Certainly this is not the first pop to rock cover track out there, but the Veer Union's rendition of Nightmare will go down as one that stands on the very peak of the mountain. Crispin Earle's driving vocals coupled with a hint of unclean screams provide a new emotional landscape to grip and torment the listener as they work their way through these groundbreaking verses. Earle belts out, "I could play nice or I could be a bully. I'm tired and angry, but somebody should be," with a conviction that forces the listener to face their own trials and ask, why am I not doing something about this? Backed up by top-tier performances from Ryan Ramsdell and Dan Sittler, who provide both the highs and the lows absolutely necessary to capture the crushing power behind Halsey's original cut. Ricardo Villena is perhaps one of the very best currently performing rock drummers, and every fall of his stick adds the perfect enunciation to a standout track. Fans are left wondering if a Halsey Veer Union collaboration track is possible, and if so, who do we have to beg to make this happen? I'm serious, I'll beg. No matter what version of the track you find most appealing, Halsey has crafted a heavy hitter that is the stuff of musical legends. In our torn-apart society, the singer urges fans to have an opinion, to take action, and to demand that the world turn away from closed-minded aggression. Nightmare tees this message up perfectly for a smash moment when Halsey's haunting voice belts out, "Someone like me can be a real nightmare, completely aware." Awareness is dangerous to the herd mentality, and Halsey offers up her warning. America's waking up, and the time for change is now. This is not a new message, but as menacingly promised in the track. No, I won't smile, but I'll show you my teeth. Halsey, the Veer Union, and empowered people the world over will not be backing down anytime soon. I highly encourage you to listen to this track. Check out the original performed by Halsey. Check out the Veer Union's cover. Both of them are heavy hitters, and they'll hit you in a different way. If you like my review, leave a comment, give me a like, give me a share. Help me out.